the Range podcast. On the Range.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to On the Range podcast, the flagship show. Rick, it's been a while.
Yeah, buddy.
It's been a while. Good to be back, man.
We've been busy, man. We've been out there rumbling, getting after it.
Oh, man. Yeah, a couple of months now.
Been busy, man.
Couple of
Been
months.
busy.
Yeah. Wherever you are, thank you for making this part of your day. I am your host, Mark Kelley, along with my co-host from Hogg Tactical is Rick Hogg. Rick Hogg, I know you got some things going on, and we're going to talk about that. Super excited to hear about this latest trip and how that went. But we got a couple of good topics, but I do want to mention, before I forget, this episode is brought to you by the Firearms Training Notebook by Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. 1% better every day. This tool will make you better in your marksmanship journey. No questions asked. It's a game changer. So make sure you go to Amazon, check it out. Type in the Firearms Training Notebook or Rick Hogg or Mark Kelley. It'll pop right up. Or you could go to the websites, kelleydefense.com or warhog.com and check it out and get a free, not a free, you got to pay for the book, but you get a signature with it. We got to keep the lights on.
Hey, man.
But yeah, man. So how's things been going, man?
Mark, we've been super busy in a good way.
Yeah.
Really, the biggest thing we got kind of back-to-back weekends of fundraising. We just came from an event out in Arizona, Tony La Russa's Leaders and Legends. Super fantastic crew out there. Again, raising money for the Non Duco project. Can't wait to see kind of, hey, what the final dollars is and what we're going to do with those dollars. Hoping to really help out some dogs this year and really let some guys know, hey, man, we got you covered. Because the In Honor of Duco project mission statement, one is to keep Duco's memory alive, but really two is to never let another SOF canine handler make a medical decision about their canine based on their finances. So, hey, man, dog saved your life. You sit there, retire them. Uncle Sugar says, hey, beat it. And next thing you know, you're holding a leash and potentially $10,000 to $20,000 vet bill, So we just want to make sure that guys are never in that predicament to take the easy $150 option versus, having to basically find some money that, hey, we're on a retirement budget, man. Don't have a whole bunch of funds floating around. So, and then we've got the one last week, that was kind of a new one. And then we've got our annual gala down in Louisiana for the old Must Models with Scott's Wish. So yeah, good couple weekends of raising funds. But yeah, dude, we've been on the go, and we're going to continue probably on the go till about mid-December, take a slight break and recharge the batteries and get ready for 2024. So guys, one thing, Mark brought up, hey, don't forget, swing by the website, sign up for those newsletters. Don't forget, wherever you're listening to the show, please hit that subscribe button, leave us a rating review. All this crap is manipulated by big tech, and we need your help and your support. At the end of the day, that's the way, and that'll be a kind of part 2 of this little segment, if you want to say, how do we do things to improve? But just help us help you keep the show going. And again, if you like what you're hearing, share it with your friends and family. So appreciate all the support, guys. Patrons, we love you guys, man. Couldn't do it without you. So don't forget patreon.com/On the Range podcast. Check out the crew. Great bunch of guys from all over the world. 100 plus videos, monthly shooting challenges, really digging in the Firearms Training Notebook to make guys 1% better, at their firearms training. Just a good group of guys. So, and plus you get a 7-day free trial. So why not check it out?
Yeah. You can always also that 7-day free trial. I suggest everybody do, especially when it's in conjunction with a upcoming call. We had a call yesterday. Turned out great. A lot of input. It was a big turnout for the video call, bi-monthly video call with Rick and I. Did a deep dive on a drill that we gave them. They're going to bring us back their data. We're going to look at it, and everybody's going to have their input. A lot of great ideas and things that are coming out of those video calls. Also, if you just you want to try to see what else is on there, just go on there and just join for free. You can join for free. There's a lot of good free content in there. Actually, crew members stay after the show. It will continue over on the crew Patreon page. That's bonus content that you will get just by joining on the page for free. And then if you want to join the tier and get some of the exclusive stuff that comes with that membership, like the training videos, there's over 100 on there. And we've doubled in size in the last, I'd say 6 weeks. Double in size. We want to keep that going. And even if it's 3 members, we don't care. We don't care. We're going to talk, like you said, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, though. But you had some news that you shared I wasn't really aware of. I can't believe I missed this, but we have been busy. And you're right. I mean, this busy streak has really started since the 3rd week of September and really hasn't slowed down.
Yeah.
And, we're still talking about plans. I know that the SHOT Show's coming up in the beginning of next year, and some of the LEO and military stuff that we do at the beginning of the years, typically that stuff we got to talk about some more. So if you don't sign up for those newsletters at those websites and you don't go to the crew, you're not going to get first crack at some of this stuff. That's another added benefit as well. So but it's been busy. And then, you did something else in Georgia too. I don't know if we had a chance to talk about that just prior to these 2 fundraisers.
Yeah. So before that, I was basically, so if you remember last year, we ended up raising money for Multipurpose Canine Leica to get her memorial statue down there at 175 or 1st Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. So we did that unveiling on the 25th. From there, the 27th was the 10th anniversary of the Military Working Dog National Monument at Lackland.
Right. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then, don't forget, we had to go from San Antonio up to Dallas, teach a 1-day low light course up there, and then prep some stuff, get back. Yeah. It's just been, it's been wide open, buddy, but like I said, it's good, right? It's a good problem to have. But really, we talk about problems. I want to pose a question to all you guys listening. Now, for those of us that grew up in the Cold War, we know the answer to this. Think about old Rocky when he fought Ivan Drago, would we ever in the United States of America sit there and wave on the streets of San Francisco a Soviet flag? Never happened.
No.
Never would, right?
No.
It would not happen. The only Soviet flag you might see is in D.C. at their embassy, right? But other than that, there's no Americans flapping them flags. But shockingly, today, old Xi Jinping, the leader of communist, let me say that again, communist China, if you guys forget, they're a communist country. You got Americans flapping Chinese flags out there. And oh, by the way, all the homeless cats, gone. Where are they? I don't know. All the poop that was on the street, pressure washed up. I mean, I'm boggled. Did we get a communist leader and we opt to clean our streets then? And then old Bobo Gavin Newsom, he's like, well, when you have people come over to your house, you clean it up. So I guess you live in a swill hole there, Gavin. And I guess you only clean it up when the communists come in? I don't know. I'm just asking for a friend, right? That does not make sense to me. You're the governor of the state of California. And in my opinion, you give nothing or care. You don't even care about your people, right? You sit there and you see all the problems, but you wait for the commies to come in to clean house. You're a dope dude. I'll tell you, go jump on the plane with old Xi Jinping and you guys can have a grand old time in communist China. Let me know how that works out.
Yeah.
Try to do an illegal border crossing. That'd be better, right? Go try to make an incursion into China. Let me know how that works out. But I'm just blown away. Why? Why, when a communist comes to our country, we're going to clean the streets? Why aren't we doing it before him? Right?
Yeah.
Why aren't we getting that straight?
Right. Why aren't we doing it at the request of the citizens who live there so that their kids have places to play? Get these folks some help, because apparently they're just garbage now. They're not folks who are suffering from an addiction who, need a hand up. They're not. Now they're just garbage. You just get rid of them now. Now you can displace them.
Well, we put
them up in great places and all. Yeah, you didn't do nothing. You were doing it all just like you said. We were having a guest, an honored guest to Mr. Newsom, an honored guest.
Yeah.
Look at all the human atrocities going on over there. Yeah.
Yeah. He don't care, right? If you think for a second, just look at his country and what he's doing, right? Look at the oppression that goes on in China. And if you guys aren't aware, do some deep diving, do some research, right? China is no happy place. And if you think I'm lying, cool, man, do this. Go make an illegal border crossing. Let me know how that works out.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You won't be heard from again.
Hmm.
You know, you'll be gone. But
you know, the one thing about this, Rick, and we've talked about this before, the coverage that you see, and I know you wanted to talk about some of the stuff going on in the White House too, in conjunction with this.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we see, right? I truly believe, just like anything else, all the stuff we're seeing is more mainstream. It's more mainstream. It's what they want you to see, right?
Sure.
There's the majority of the folks that are in this country that are working, that are trying to raise families, that are tired of the inflation, all those, they're not down with this. They're not down with it at all. However, you'll see shows, TV shows, news broadcasts, and things like that. Same deal. You got Middle Eastern, one group here, Middle Eastern, one group here, right? And they're having a protest. One of them burns another one of their flags. Now there's a fist fight. If that was an American flag, nobody would lift a finger. Oh, they got a right to do that.
Yeah.
They got a right to do that. So now this very small percentage, in my opinion, it's a small percentage. They're more upset about another country's flag being burned in our country that they're willing to fist fight over. That's how topsy-turvy all this stuff is. That in itself should let you know that something's going on here with this elitist class and these folks in the universities. Something's going on with them.
I'll tell you what's going on, Mark, right? It's called all manipulation. Let's think about it for a minute. Okay? If you were to take a poll October 6th and ask the American people, where's Palestine? Show me on a map, where's Palestine? What's the Gaza Strip? They wouldn't know, right?
No.
Obviously,
They
October
still don't
7th, still don't know. You know,
yeah.
October 7th happens, Hamas breaches into Israel, kills 1,400 people. Oh, no, doesn't kill. Let me rephrase. Murders 1,400 people. We're talking civilians, right? Not combatants, civilians out there murdering, raping, burning, beheading, right? Because they're savages. But here's what pisses me off even more. I think the count right now is 30. 30 Americans were killed. Yeah, I think we've got 12 that are still held hostage, right? Where is the scream from the American people? Instead, you got these morons on college campuses. Yeah, you Harvard. Yeah, you Stanford. I hope your buildings burn to the ground because you're not teaching no higher education. I'll tell you that. You're teaching hate. You're teaching the very problem with this country, right? Going free Palestine. Interesting. So Palestine, controlled by Hamas, i.e. terrorists, the very people that you go, oh, they need to be free. Okay, cool. Then why the hell is Hamas ripping up their water lines to make rockets? Right? Why aren't we saying anything about that? They go, misinformation.
Yeah.
The people they killed, misinformation. Right? They're oppressed people. Really, do your research on Gaza. Do your research. They pulled Israelis. There was Israeli settlements in Gaza. They physically removed Israelis from there to give the Palestinians, right? Do your research, people, and quit running your sucks like you know what's going on. On that, we've got terrorists up in Capitol Hill, right?
Sure.
Old Congresswoman Tlaib. Really? You plant that Palestinian flag outside your office? Tells me you've got some issues, right? Why did not the Sergeant of Arms grab her, remove her off the premises, and say, hey, you are not going to access any type of classified information, right? Remove her from the source. Hey, check it out. Vote from afar. Mail-in ballot. I don't care. Beat it. Go back to Michigan, But lady, you got some guts. And then when the news asks, hey, what do you think about people being murdered? You don't say a word. Get her out. Because you know what?
Yeah.
She'll cut your throat next.
And shout out to the young lady journalist that had the courage to do that. Yep. No kidding. Yep. And they tried to bury it, but it's out there now. It's out there
Well,
now. And
it's funny you
thank
say
goodness.
that. It's actually on the Range Podcast Instagram page. You can see it on there.
Yeah, roger that.
So should it be gone somewhere? And I haven't checked. I mean, hell, for all I know, IG ripped it. But if they did, we'll repost it, right?
Mhm.
Or
I
if you
got
go
nothing
back
to do tomorrow. I got
couple
nothing to do.
words-
I can repost it.
yeah, couple words. Well, if you a couple words of wisdom, I put the soundbite off IG. Because
Yeah.
again, we run a high audio quality show here, so yeah. I was like, assistant. Oh,
yeah.
but no,
That was good, man.
it's crazy, brother. I mean, you got people hooping and hollering about things they don't know. And then you've got idiots in this country going, gas the Jews? Really? Gas the Jews? Have you lost your mind? Right?
Hmm.
Tell me what's your beef? Right? You're just going on that. You're just saying whatever. I don't grasp it. Could you imagine if one of, a World War II vet was around that actually repatriated one of those camps and heard that crap?
Mhm.
Them dudes are feisty, man. They're feisty. But
Yeah.
these people are just
in the same
we're
breath,
ignorant, man.
In the same breath, they will call former President Trump a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they call him a
Nazi.
fascist, right? I love when
Yeah.
you're a fascist.
Mhm.
But asking for a friend, I'm not going to give you the answer, right?
Yeah.
You got to work for it. What's a fascist? People spout these words. They don't even know what it means.
No.
You're a Nazi and a fascist. Cool. What did the Nazi party stand for? Right? What was a quote unquote Nazi? What's a fascist?
Yeah. Then you got
I'll tell you
Hamas,
this.
who's killed more Jewish folks in one day than anybody has since the Holocaust, and they're calling
Mhm.
Donald Trump a Nazi. Doesn't make any sense. And then they're waving the Palestinian flag. Just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
and hey,
no,
the Palestinian folks who
those are
didn't want nothing to do with this are suffering too. I mean, let's face it.
Oh, yeah. They're getting the shaft, right?
Oh yeah.
They are getting the shaft because Hamas, which controls that place, you think all the aid supply that's coming in is going to the people? They ripped up their own damn freaking water lines, right?
Yep.
To make rockets. I mean, these people are radical terrorists, man. But people don't get it. They don't. The problem is your average American has never seen what these savages do. And I've witnessed it, man.
No.
They are ruthless. And then you sit there and won't turn a blind-eyed border. Dude, think about it. We don't know how many people, how many gotaways, right? Let's think about it. Let's say there was only 1,000. What could 1,000 savages in this country do? A lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude.
But
look how they're gathering in New York and all these other big cities and stuff. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All you out there who are down with this kind of stuff and think that you're on the right side, just like with the whole pandemic stuff, you're going to be on the wrong side of history, and it's not going to end well. Hey, you know what? Why don't you go hang out with them, see how they treat you? See how they treat you. They don't care.
No,
they don't care.
No, Mark. No. I disagree. They do care. They do care because here's the problem: you go hang out with them, and you're an infidel. Their book says they're supposed to kill you.
Yeah.
Right? Their book, not mine. And if you think I'm lying, go do your research on it. Right?
Yeah.
So the ignorant Americans out there, go buddy up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And when your head's rolling down the street, don't act surprised.
Yeah.
But it's just
like a rabbit walking into a lion's mouth. You know what I mean?
Dude, you might as well. It's ignorant. They understand. It was funny. There was a guy, I think he was up in New York City, as a matter of fact, and he was trying to get people to sign a petition to free Palestine. Right?
Oh my God.
No, you rolled your eyes. Hang on. You rolled your eyes. But here's my man goes, hey, will you sign this petition to free Palestine? He's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Right. Everyone's like, absolutely. You go, okay, hang on. He reads the terms first. So you condone murder. You condone rape. You condone just atrocities against humanity. Well, no. And they're like, hello, McFly. Right? Get with it, people. So it's just people are quick because the magic box tells them that's what they should do, but they have no clue what they're even saying, doing. It kind of goes back to, Bill and Boston's children that were out there freaking mutilating kids, man. It's like pristine places. No, they're not. They're savages, right? You want to go mutilate kids? Beat it. But I digress on that one. Last thing, man, and then we'll shift gears here. Man, the poor Biden crime family. These cats, excuse me, they can't catch a break, man. All these checks are starting to come out. All the money starting to be linked. And you still got people going, oh, no, that's all misinformation. Dude, they're holding the checks up, right? But here's my problem, right? I don't know why Congress sits there and has these oversight committees and everything else, because they don't do anything, right? They had Zuckerberg out there. He flat out contempt of Congress, lied. You get all these people lying. They don't do anything, right? So it's kind of like a Mickey Mouse show. It's like, all right, cool. What are you doing? So I think they were kicking the can around again about trying to, do the impeachment deal. I mean, Trump sat there freaking jaywalked and they wanted to impeach him, right? The evidence is stacking up against the Biden crime family and nobody wants to touch it. I'm just like, guys, what is wrong with this? So we're for a message.
Yeah, we're sitting through trials in all these different jurisdictions over procedural type, offenses about, where documents should have been stored and all this other stuff from someone who's able to handle those documents, by the way. Accusations.
No. Not even handle. One who can classify or declassify, right?
Yes, right.
That authority lays with the president of the United States. So he could have sat there and had a box full of documents going, I declassify him. Right?
I declassify
He's got that right.
Yep.
But again, it's this witch hunt, man. That's all it is. We don't like you. We're going to go target you. And it's just.
Then you got a circuit judge who says that the defendant, Mr. Trump, is not allowed to even talk.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Presidential candidate can't speak.
Number one presidential candidate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just every time you look around, you're dumbfounded. One more. You're like, really? This is the country I live in? I'm like, guys, we got to make some change, man, because this is getting out of control.
And all the people who are out there saying, yeah, shut him up. Yeah, the judge did the right thing. Hey, that could be you. They're going to do it to him. They can do it to anybody.
Well, it is. I mean, it's going on right now, right? Think about it. So when you look at these social platforms, that's supposed to be a way to kind of put your opinion out there, have a conversation, right? But these social platforms are state actors because the federal government's telling them what to do, right? So then in turn, they fall into constitutional law. Even like with Congress, they're violating constitutional rights. Get away with it. You put a gag order on Trump where he can't speak since
at his own trial where he's the defendant.
Yeah. I'm like, what's next? What rights are we going to wake up tomorrow and not have? But the problem is people are ignorant. It's like, I don't think they seem to care. It's funny. We talk about rights and this look always up this right there next to the studio. Oh, bam. I mean, how many people have actually read the Constitution of the United States? How many people know what your rights are? And some people would say, let's use the Fourth as a prime example, right? Please, I'm not letting him in my house regardless, right? Just because, hey, man, I've got that right. You want to have a conversation? We can sit outside. That's just me. But do people know that? Because as soon as you open the door, not that I got anything to hide, but it's the principle. You even know what your rights are. And I would just ask people, hey, man, dig a little deeper. Know what they are. What can you do? What can't you do? We sit there and harp history, and I'll just leave it at this. 10th Amendment was a big part of U.S. history. You guys do the research and find out for what. And I'll just leave it at that. because I like to have you guys do some research, be a little smarter.
Mm.
Anyway, I slightly digress.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy times. But we talked about this a little bit before pre-production.
Mhm.
There are some things that we're going to ask you to do.
On the range.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Everybody's saying, man, these are crazy times, and
Mhm.
what's happened to the country. And okay, yeah, I get you. We're here. We're listening to you. We hear you. But we got some things that you can do. And I think you said it best. I'm gonna let you say it about, kind of looking inward as much as you are outward, and then we'll start talking about what we can do as individuals, because I think that's really, really what you can do to impact your situation and
Mhm.
whoever's watching you.
Yeah, so it kind of goes back to, you think about President Kennedy, inaugural speech. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I 100% agree. However, I'm going to say this: be selfish for a minute, right? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, right? Take care of the house first. And when you get the house in order, then we can start kind of doing some things. Let's think about it, man. I believe my numbers may be off, right? I didn't do any research on this prior to, but I think off of past knowledge, we're somewhere around 65, 70% of this country is obese. Okay. Big Pharma is back there giggling. You got Bill Gates trying to introduce fake meat, which I think Italy actually said, hey, go take your fake meat and pound it, Bill, right? Where do these people come up with these crazy ideas? It's the
Yeah.
poisoning of America, right? This whole vaccine, poisoning of America. Check out this. It sucks to try to eat healthy because you're going to pay more. I get it. It's worth it, right? It's worth it to get good nutrition. We spend the extra money whenever we can to try to find things organic, right? I want to take care of the temple because it's going to take care of me down the road. But here's the thing, and I got it. Some people are on meds because you got some things that you've got to be on. But if you're on meds because you're obese, if you're on meds because you're not exercising, you're not taking care of yourself, you're sucking down 14 liters of cola a day and wonder, why do I got a weight problem? Right? Dude, half the crap we're ingesting as Americans is trash. So much trash. And I hate to say it, but the Soviets, they said, hey, man, GMO no longer authorized here in the Soviet
Yep.
Union. That's right. I still call them Soviets, right? Because they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, my hat's off to Putin, right? And he chuckles. He said, yeah, you Americans just sit around your stupid box and just suck in food that's got no nutrition. Keep at it, right? They always wanted us that way. And it's like every time I step back, I'm like, yeah, they're whatever they did or whatever
Yeah.
seeds they planted, man, they're coming to fruition. But
Yeah. And it's very true. The consumption of stuff, the consumption of food, consumption of information. Why do you think that TikTok is full of all the crap it is, but it's outlawed where it really started from? Because they don't want their people ingesting that crap. They want us to ingest that crap. They want you to be lazy. They want you to be sitting on getting those immediate gratification. That's what they're looking for you to do. Become sedentary and bigger and out of shape.
That's it. And then, oh, by the way, they're just pumping propaganda into you, right? So if you can't take a look at something, right? And for those of you with the whole pandemic thing, if you can tell from Jump Street, something just didn't make sense, right? Something's not jiving. All right. If you tell me we're 6 feet away, it should have a short lifespan, but then you want me to do this and that. I'm like, good God, man. My microbiology NBC, nuclear chemical biological training, United States Army.
Yeah.
Dude, does not make sense. Right? If it was that bad, how come we're not wearing pro masks? Right? It's mind-boggling the amount of fear the government pumped in, the amount of poor, and I'm not even gonna say misinformation, poor information or manipulated information, right? You wouldn't let doctors say, hey, man, that's jacked up. So this is where you have to navigate that stuff. And it starts by you taking care of you. So here's the thing. If you're struggling to get out of the seat, hey man, what are we doing to make a change? Are we eating right? Exercise. You go, oh, Rick, you don't get it. I don't have time. We all got time, right?
Yep.
I guarantee if I were to grab your phone, look at your screen time for your umpteen gazillion hours you're on there freaking watching stupid TikTok dance videos, whatever you're watching, dude, you've got the time, right?
Yep.
You have to make the time for you. You have to make the time for your longevity. You have to make the time for your kids, for your grandkids. You know, the last thing I want to do is sit there and go, I'm sorry, grandkids. I can't run around with you because grandpa's tired. Grandpa's too big. Grandpa's out of shape. No way, dude. I'll be chasing little rugrats around as long as, I'm on this planet. But you have to put the work in. And that's the key part, right? And we're not asking. Here's the beauty with us, and you guys should know this by now. We're not asking you to go, hey, man, I want you to lose 20 pounds tomorrow. No, man. 1% better. 1% better every single day. How do you do that? I'm a pen and paper guy, right? That's just me. Log out your plan. If you need to shed some weight, cool, man. What's your plan to get there? Because if you don't write it down, you're not going to do it. You're not going to execute it. It's kind of like the whole premise of the firearms training notebook, right? You want to do your dry or live fire training. I've got my plan. I know exactly what I'm doing prior to doing this thing. And then, oh, by the way, I can see my results. So it's kind of like when you used to go to the gym and go, hey, man, what's today? Back and buys, right? Because every day is back and buys. You knew all your numbers, all your sets and reps, and no different, man. Just applying it to firearms. But we have to take care of ourselves. Because here's the thing. People look at you. So think about it. If you're a parent, where are those kids drawing guidance from? Drawing role models? From you, the parent. So if you're sitting there and you crack the car door and you're already huffing and puffing, you're not setting an example for the kids. And then you're just screwing that next generation. So quit being selfish, right? Show them what right looks like. Take care of them. And then once we get the house in order, then Mark, that's when we sit there. Let's be proactive. How can we be good Americans at the local, state, and federal level? Okay, you got to touch all three, right? You got to be invested. Hey, man, what are they teaching your kids at these school boards or at these schools? Are you going to school board meetings? Are you swinging by the library and looking at some of the pornography they've gotten there for the elementary school kids, right? I mean, just the rubbish they're injecting to these kids, trash. But why are we trying to cut the morality of this country? I'm telling you, man, people got bigger plans to sit there and do whatever it is to us Americans. We have to take care of ourselves, take care of your nucleus. And dude, if we get that in order, I think the rest is easy. That's just me.
Yeah. It's, what you're taking in nutrition wise, what activity are you doing, and where are you getting your information? You're going to have to start looking. You start getting with different outlets, alternative news sources. You listen to this show, you listen to some of the other shows, Mike Glover shows, whatever. Mm-hmm. You also get into a coaching squad or like-minded people like the OTR crew, start speaking with them. They'll help you keep motivated and seeing what they're doing and their success stories. And it's just, you got to change things up, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to get what you've been getting. And that's just the way it is. So yeah, that's our suggestion. I think that in itself would affect your entire household just by you doing it, especially if you're the man of the house. They start seeing you put that work in. All the stuff that they learn from us, it can be good and bad. It can't just always be good.
Yeah, 100%. But here's the thing, Mark, right? It was kind of like when I was in. I never wanted to be in a situation to let my guys down. Right? So think about it. If you're a father, if you're a husband, if you're a grandfather, I don't care what role you're fitting in, whatever. You don't think for a second when I'm with my grandkids and some jamoke tries to grab them, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. you will see violence like nobody's ever seen violence, right? Just ask yourself, are you up for the task? Could you defend yourself? Could you defend your family? Could you defend your grandkids if you got them? The answer better be yes, right? That's just my opinion. Unfortunately, we live in a very dangerous country right now because we've been allowed to fester this crime and rubbish because of poor leaders. I'll tell you this, not going to happen here.
No,
not going to happen, right?
No.
I'm not looking for problems. I'm not out there trying to cause problems, but man, if you check that block, sorry, dude. And trust me, it takes me about that long. Done. Right? We can sit there and go, about my business, Spidey senses tingle. You voted. See you later, dude. And I just hope that people have that mindset. Prime example, Tony Blauer. Dude, he put out a great post the other day. One of his friends totally dropped situational awareness, right? Was coming home from the gym, had his ear pods in, wasn't paying attention, kind of had like this long, I don't want to call it, but just kind of like this long entryway to get to his door. A couple of jamokes armed come out. He had like a tea or drink or something in his hands. He turned, chucked that at one dude, threw him off, right? Was able to get his firearm. And I don't think he killed those dudes. I know he returned fire, but again, his mind, everything's going through. Hey, man, my wife and kids are on the other side of the store.
Yeah.
What happens? Yep. What happens, if these guys get in? Dude,
yeah.
Good, I mean, good thinking for him. Now, granted, he'll tell you that, hey, man, totally dropped situational awareness. I got it. When you're sitting there going out somewhere, predators know what they're looking for, man. They know how to spot prey. A predator does not want to mess with another predator. Just the way you carry yourself, people. You sitting kind of looking around, seeing what's up. Now, granted, all them VA shrinks will go, you're hypervigilant because of the war. I'm just aware of my surroundings, right? And trust me, another predator, if you lock eyes with another predator, trust me, 9 times out of 10, he's backing down. He's like, I want none of that. I don't know what that predator's got. And typically most of these I don't want to call them predators, but I will call them predators. Most of them out there, they're jamokes, man. Right?
Oh yeah.
They're not true. Yeah. They're not true predators.
No, they're looking for soft targets.
That's it. They're getting victims of circumstance, right? And that's what they're doing. So yeah. I just say all that, guys, that you've got to take care of you. You have to take care of you. And then in turn, your kids are going to go, oh, man, look at dad. Like who came up with this dad bod? Have you heard that saying?
No.
Like so if you're kind of, I guess, chunky is the whole dad bod thing. That's cool and in style. Dude, I don't want to be chunky.
Right? Yeah. Bro, I'm not looking to be looking like David Hasselhoff. I'm looking to be capable like Tony Blauer. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for capability.
Well, but even looking at Hasselhoff, man, right? Hasselhoff wasn't like a super muscular dude. He was a fit dude. I mean, not like somebody like Arnold in the prime, right? Like Arnold was freaking a bodybuilder.
Back in the pumping iron days. Oh my God.
Yeah. Just a big dude, right? But my point is be fit. And then, by the way, practice some hand skills, right? I'd rather have I'd rather put more effort into my hand skills because I really don't want to go to the ground with people. But I got to have that. I've got to have my firearms. Got to be situational aware, right? But if you're doing all this stuff, trust me, your kids, they're like sponges, man. Yeah. They're going to see it and they're going to go, oh, dad's out there working out. Yep. So, let me get some of that. Come on, buddy. Or drag them along. Yeah. Just bring them out there with you. So, but yeah, that would be, something guys have to do, man. You got to take care of yourself. Can't stress it enough.
Yep. A small percentage of men start doing that and taking charge of that kind of stuff in their household. What wonders it's going to do for your community? Everybody's going to want to be a part of it. And, you know, what great would that do for the country? You know, take that burden off the healthcare system, take all that burden off of off of your family to have to support you and all that stuff. Instead of you taking care
Mhm.
of them, they're taking care of you. It's not where I want to be now. There are situations where those things are going to happen. Unfortunately, people are afflicted with things. But if you're able-bodied, you're just being lazy. I'm just going to call it what it is.
Yeah.
That's what you can do.
Eh,
That's what you can do.
You've got some guys with some catastrophic limb losses, right? And sometimes multiple. Getting after it. Setting the
Getting
example.
after it.
Getting after
Yep.
it. Not letting that be, their excuse. Hey, man, you know what? I don't have an arm and a leg, but I'm going to figure something out. Right. And doing things to stay proactive or missing legs or whatever the case may be. I look at some of these amazing amputee veterans going, dude, these are examples, guys. Right. They're still getting after it. They still understand the importance of fitness. But we have lost that. I don't even know. Is the presidential physical fitness badge, is that still even done at schools anymore?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure the attorney general, though, all over that.
Yeah. Actually, it was Kennedy that came up with the Presidential Physical Fitness Award back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Back when everyone was like a bunch of pipe hitters, Now we're all just.
Dude, we had to climb ropes. There were certain physical things that you had to, goals that you had to do or you didn't pass.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they laid it out. Here's the requirements. If you want to get your Presidential Physical Fitness badge, right? Which was a kind of a big deal back in the day, right? So, hell, I want that thing. What do we got to do? Got to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And I forget. It was like, what was it, like pull-ups, push-ups, and might have been sit-ups. Might have been a rope climb in there. I don't remember.
I think there might have been a rope climb.
But
I remember we had at our school, we had a 1,000-pound club. It was a 3-lift combination. If you eclipsed 1,000 pounds, they gave you a T-shirt. Dude, I'd wear that 3 times a week if I caught the right laundry cycle.
So you guys were high end up there, right? We didn't have no T-shirts. They just wrote your name up the wall.
Oh yeah, we had that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't wear that. You know what I'm saying?
No. Oh no, we had a shirt. 1,000-pound club.
I don't think we did. I don't recollect. But then again, I got to blow off. Hang on.
Blow the dust off.
Dude, I'm struggling with that one. Woo.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us what you think about this take, guys. Make sure you go to warhog.com, you go to kelleydefense.com, and you check out those newsletters. Sign up for those newsletters. Also, make sure you go to patreon.com/On the Range podcast. Become a member of the crew. It's free. Also, like Rick said, you get an all-access 7-day free trial if you want it. And if that's what you like, you just stay on that tier, or you can go to a lower tier. Gets exclusive content, including access to all of our video training catalog. We got well over 100 videos on there now, and that's getting bigger. The bonus content, again, patrons, crew members, stay until after the show. The show will continue on the crew page at the patreon.com/On the Range podcast. Anything I forget, buddy?
Yeah, we got a special LEO tier in there as well. So those you law enforcement officers, we understand you guys are on tight budgets. So yeah, we tweak some things for you guys to make it a little less financially burden for you.
Yeah. Love those guys and girls in blue, military, anybody that's carrying a gun for a living. You guys give us a call and we will hook you up. We will definitely hook you up. Yeah. So
also,
good to be back in the saddle, man.
What's that?
Yeah. It's all selfless service. You're right. Yeah. We're back. Good to be back in the saddle.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Need to do it
good
again.
To be back in the saddle.
That's it.
All right. You want to close it out for us, buddy?
You know it, buddy. You guys train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.
Crew members, stand by.